What's up, YouTube gamers? It's Young Soul here with another video. And this time we're gonna be discussing why Xbox fanboys cry about media bias. And I did a video on this a little while ago, but I'm unpacking it a little bit further, so bear with me. Xbox fanboys, first of all, there's a hypocrisy. Let's start with the fact that all the Xbox fanboys who are crying about media bias today, if you go back to any of their videos, any of them who had, YouTube videos prior to the 8th generation, prior to November 2013, were never crying about media bias. Never. I just want you to notice that. I want you to go back to some of these, prominent Xbox YouTubers who are crying media bias today, yesterday, the last several months or the last year. Go back prior to November of 2013 and please link me all of the videos they did about media bias. You're not going to link very many because of the prominent Xbox YouTubers. You're not going to find many. They won't exist. Okay? Not if you can find one or two, you're lucky. Okay? So let's start off with that double standard. Now all of a sudden media bias. But when Xbox 360 was beating PS3, at least here in North America anyway. I'm talking about USA here. None of the USA prominent Xbox YouTubers who had videos and were making videos prior to November 2013 ever talked about media bias. So there's the double standard right there. There's the hypocrisy. But let's unpack media bias, okay? Xbox fanboys cry about media bias for a couple different reasons, but the main reason is because they want, or they believe, one of the main reasons is they believe that Xbox should be the only thing that's positive that's talked about at all times. Okay, so let me unpack this a little bit. What do you want to do when you want to dismiss or disregard positive Sony news coming out of media outlets? You claim media bias. You claim that the website's in the tank for Sony, so you can disregard any positive news that comes out of that website. Okay, now keep in mind there are people who do make biased articles and biased videos from some of these gaming websites, and guess what? They're called opinion pieces. They're called editorials. They're called commentary. Go look at any New York Times or Washington Post or the Chicago Tribune or wherever, and you'll see commentary. You'll see editorials where people go in and give their opinion on something. But that doesn't make the whole website bias. That just means people are putting in their commentary. Okay, that happens on every media outlet. Like I say, newspaper, you go watch political shows, both here and in the UK, watch political shows, and I'm sure in other countries in Europe, they have opinion people who come on and give their opinion of the news. Then they go back to that doesn't make, that doesn't make the whole organization, the whole media outlet biased, because they allow some people to write editorials, write opinion pieces. So my point is, but they do this, going back to the point, they do this to discredit and disregard any positive PlayStation news or any negative Xbox news. Okay? Because when you can claim that a whole website is completely biased, then whenever they say anything positive about Sony or negative about Xbox, it's coming from this website, doesn't matter. But then what's funny is, and watch the flip-flop, whenever that same website ever says anything positive about Xbox or negative about Sony, they're quick to link it in their description when they do a video about it. Oh, look, even this website said something bad about Sony. You know it's bad when this website, and I'll put the link in the description. So they use the same website. So media bias is a way for people to disregard articles they don't like and prop up articles they do like. And then they can say they themselves are not biased because, it's the media that's biased, okay? So that's really what's going on here. So don't ever think that Xbox fanboys are legitimately upset about fair coverage, because like I say, last generation they weren't complaining at all. They were not saying a single word about the media. The media was just the fair umpires, fair referees. Now all of a sudden their console is not being perceived by the public to be as good as they think it is, So it's because the media is hating and tinfoil, and they go into a whole bunch of, you know, what is it, conspiracy theories and tinfoil hat nonsense. It's just because the public is not perceiving their console of choice to be that good. Back, again, I just want to say it one more time. Back last generation, when the 360, at least in the US, I know in the UK the PS3 still beat out the 360, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm incorrect, please put the link in the description if the 360 beat out the PS3 in the UK. But in the US, the 360 beat out the PS3 by 15 million units. So they had no problem with the media. Okay? But now that the public, at least here in the US, thinks the PS4 is better, they have to point somewhere. It can't be because of the games, because I don't like the games. Therefore, nobody else can like the games if I don't like them, so it can't be the games. It has to be something else. So that's why they point to media bias. It's an easy scapegoat to point somewhere else and say, look, this is the reason why people are picking PS4. It's not because they're thinking correctly, it's because they're being hit with all this, you know, media bias and they're not paying attention. Blah, blah, blah. It's complete nonsense. I just wanted to give you the wrap up. You disagree? Put your comments you know, down below. And, you know, if you agree, give me your thoughts on that. But I'll talk to you later. Peace.